Good evening, Geek Nation. I'm George, and this is That Geek Show, the show where we talk about the latest and greatest from the world of collecting, movies, video game, TV, and tech. And with me, as always, breaking this all down, and it's his birthday, is Calvin, the statue fanatic. What's up, man? Happy birthday, bro.
Hey, what's up, man? Best birthday present ever. I think I have Grandpa of the Year. My grandson got to come out and meet this gentleman here. So he's like in there just going crazy right now, telling everybody he got to meet Evan. So that's pretty awesome, man. And we've done a lot of shows. This is the first time I've ever been nervous on a show. How about that?
True. All right. Well, then we'll just introduce our guest before I get to Seth. Sorry, Seth, because Calvin already brought it up, but we have a special guest on the show.
It's my birthday.
DT from Evantube. What's up, DT? How you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up, my brother?
Thanks for having me.
Man, glad to have you on the show, man. It's great.
I'm trying out my new setup right here. It's just a camera that's balancing on the top of my monitor. So if things should... you hear a loud sound and it suddenly goes black, that's why.
hey, if that happens, that would be great for the show.
All right, and you all know the Messiah of Friday nights is in the house. Seth, what's up, buddy?
What's poppin', everybody? It is me, your Messiah of Friday nights, here gracing you with my presence. So what is going on, everybody? Like Calvin just said, he earned Grandfather of the Year. I earned Dad of the Year points because we have DT on, and my son got to speak to DT and his son, Evan. So thank you for that. That is really cool. Yeah, let's get this show started tonight. Oh, FYI, guys, I'm going to do my best to keep it clean tonight, so do not antagonize me.
I don't even have my phone, so I can't even see what's going on in the chat. I got to get my phone.
Oh. All right, we got the Connoisseur Comics is in the house again. Chad, what's up, buddy?
Yo, what's going on, George? What's going on, birthday boy? Calvin, happy birthday. Seth,
thank you.
A pleasure joining you, and I'm honored to be on a panel with DT, so thank you for letting me be part of that. Oh. But before we go any further, for all the 90holics in the chat, YouTube is 90. And I'm super excited to be here, so let's get that Geek Show started.
What's up? That's what's up. And if this is your first time on the channel, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date on all of our content. And also in the description below, you're going to find links to DT's channel, Evantube HD, Statue Fanatic, 90 Miles from Comics. Everything's down there for you guys to go and subscribe to their channels. So with that, Seth, it's roll call time, man. Do it.
So roll call. So again, quick announcement. We want to thank everybody that continues to support MCE. We broke 17,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for all your support, all your love. We appreciate it. So with that being said, let's get to the chat. We've got 37 thumbs up and 83 people watching. I expect more from you guys. You guys suck. So we've got Epic Rasco. We've got Carabeth. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. I'm bad at the English language. We've got Sebastian. We've got my man, Lazy Lover. We got Nick Buda. We got Enwood Diaz. We got Pinche Baracho. We got Chora Reynolds. We got Portal Master. We got the Nightmare. We got the greatest name in YouTube alive, King Dingaling. We got Wanda Troll. We got Tall Man 80. We got our man S.A. Badger. We got Gabriel Gutierrez. We've got Jason Mirnoff. We got Lemon Boy. We got my insane man. What up? We got G&K. We got Kid Collector. We got Richard Melendez. We got Danny Dolphin. We got David Tett. We got Ryan T. We got Manuel. We got Joe R. We got Billion List 2. Okay. We got Jaywalk. We got our boy Sick Mansion Collectibles.
Yo, what's up?
We got Moses. We got our man Craig, Half-Fast Reviews.
Yo,
oh my
Craig,
God, there's 150 people watching already. Holy
I know.
crap.
We got Hialeah Comic Girls. We got Edwin Diaz. We got Kyle. We got The Length. We got Rangers Are Crap. Interesting. We got Suck Carbon. We've got Blaze Snipes. Wow, we got a whole bunch of people in here. We got.
I know you'll be doing this all night.
I can't even keep up. The names are coming in so fast.
The chat is flying right now.
Oh my God,
so everybody is saying hi to DT. So DT, Here's your moment to shine, man. Let the people know what you're about.
Hey guys, thanks for stopping by.
Awesome. So, oh man, it's been a hell of a week. Had some good videos out on the show. We hit 17,000 subscribers, so that's really cool. Very, like Seth said, I'm glad you brought that up, as I totally forgot about it after I introduced everybody. So good deal, Seth. Good job.
That's what you got to do, man. That's why. Listen, that's why I'm the best sidekick on MCE.
I think I'm your sidekick, actually.
I doubt that. I doubt that highly, bro. You started this way before me. I am your side. Listen, I am your Robin to your Batman.
Ooh. Okay. All right. I'll take that. Not gonna take that away. All right, man. But special guest in the house, DT. What's up, man? Just recently came to your channel. I saw your Optimus Prime is what brought me to you, man. And when you were singing the whole Transformers music, I had to stop and watch it at that point.
Which Transformers song was he singing?
The theme song, the main 80s theme song.
Oh, the one from the 80s movie or from the cartoon?
No, TV show.
Yeah, the cartoon.
Oh, you got to do the one from the movie where it's like Transformers.
Oh no,
that's pretty good.
DT, what you did was perfect, man. Epic unboxing, man.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I just started doing the statues this year. Evan's getting a little bit older. He's kind of into the whole gaming thing. So I was like, well, what am I going to do on the channel? I've been wanting to do like comic book related stuff for a while now, but talking about just the comic book and unless you read it, I guess to the audience, there's not really much to show other than the cover and everything like that. So statues kind of came along and it gave me something to talk about, basically.
Awesome. So you've had before, I know the whole with your son and everything, that's been a big deal, but you've been collecting statues and things even prior to that, right?
Yeah, well, I started with comic books probably, 35 years ago. And the story is kind of similar to what I've been hearing out there. It's like, you're really into it as a kid, and then, life kind of happens. You have the whole school, you get married, you have kids, and then you kind of come back to it, and it's like, wow, why'd I ever leave, right? I picked up a few statues along the way. Nothing, I wasn't too hardcore into it. And then recently, just kind of seeing what can be done these days with all the digital sculpts and all that, it's just mind-blowing, and kind of got hooked. And during this whole lockdown thing, it's kind of cost me a lot of money.
So you're out on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
So what's it like out there? I mean, are you still like in phase 1 or phase 2 or
no? Yeah, they started opening things back up, and then things got bad because I guess people that have their own thoughts about all the recommendations and all that.
Yeah.
So they recently just locked down, I guess, or shut down the restaurants, indoor dining, and hair salons and that kind of thing. So
gotcha.
It's kind of we're kind of going backwards, it seems, unfortunately.
Yeah. Me, George, and Chad are all in Florida, so it's like getting really bad back here again, and it's been.
What do you mean getting rid of that? We're number 1. What are you talking about? We're number 1, bro.
You want to be proud. You want to be proud of that.
I'm not trying to say I'm proud of it, but part getting bad, like it is bad. We're number 1, bro.
So Chad, Chad, you were born in Florida, right?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Miami.
So that's what makes me happy, because George and Chad are from Florida, so technically I'm not affiliated with them since I was born in New York and I lived in New York.
Oh no, you're Floridian, bro. You're just like every other transplant that moved their ass down here. So.
Do you DT? Do you collect anything other than statues and comics? Do you have like any Hot Toys or any figures?
I have a couple Hot Toys. I picked up that Hulkbuster, the re-release of that.
Yep, I picked that up last week, and everybody's been writing me about that when I'm going to be doing the review.
Yeah,
on that. So it's a beast. It's a beast of a piece. It really is. I mean, it was funny. I'm like, George was with me. I'm like walking out of the store carrying this big box by myself, and George is like, "Hold on, let me get the door." And I'm trying to fit the box through the door, and it's interesting. I actually just picked up today the Iron Man that actually goes inside the Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool to do that.
Yeah, I got that one too, and then that one came first, from Sideshow, and then I realized, the Hulkbuster comes with a little bus that goes in there. You don't actually have to put that figure inside, and if you do, you have to put the little pants on him and stuff.
Yeah. Well, my whole plan was, the way to display him was to actually have because I also have the Hulk too, so I was going to have the Hulkbuster fighting the Hulk, and then have Iron Man kind of like popping out of the suit like mid-fight. So I'm going to see if I can try to pull that off. I'm not good when it comes to posing Hot Toys. I'm still learning how to pose them because they're so delicate. Like I'm trying not to break them.
Yeah, DT, I'm sure. I was looking in the chat. I'm hoping somebody start posing some questions for you as well. I mean, you're pretty. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people know you. A lot of our kids love you and things like that. I'm just curious, man. When did you decide or know that this whole YouTube thing would be a thing? Was this planned or did it just happen?
No, it kind of just happened. I mean, this is our 9th year, so we started back when Evan was, I think, 6 years old. I was working as a video producer at the time and a photographer, so I had all this equipment lying around my house. And Evan was curious as to what it did, and he had been watching some YouTube videos. So he was like, "Dad, can we start a channel?" And at the time, I was like, "I don't know about putting you on a video." So I kind of just did this little stop motion thing with his stuffed animals, and that kind of how we started the channel. And then it was sort of like a little show and tell thing that it was like, okay, you can talk about that, and Grandma can watch it, and I thought that would be it, but apparently, people were watching what we were doing.
Absolutely. I mean, because I guess as a parent, all of us are parents and things like that. When we put our kids out there, we want to be so protective and make sure that, do you turn the comments off? Do you not turn them off? And that type of thing. I would imagine that was a big struggle too, man. Just trying to figure out what it was like. To me, that seems like it would be scary with the kids out front and things like that.
Yeah. Well, at the time, like I said, he was 6 years old. He didn't really look at comments or anything like that. And I was pretty good at monitoring them when we only had like a handful of videos. As the library started to grow, it kind of got harder to filter through all those comments. But for the most part, they were just kids and their parents.
Right.
So, and then YouTube has kind of a filter you can kind of put on and blacklist certain words and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got one question in the chat that says, DT, what's the secret to buying all those statues without your wife getting mad about it?
We all want to know that one.
My wife's pretty good about it. I mean, yeah, at the start, it was just like, you can, if you're doing videos about him, and you can pretty much get whatever you want as long as they stay down here in the man cave and they don't show themselves upstairs. But I've been getting some pieces in that are more like artsy, so I'm kind of sneaking them up there, and
by you answering that question the way you just did, your wife totally just wins Wife of the Year award, hands down. You can buy whatever you want, no questions asked, as long as it's for the channel. Listen, this is the ongoing struggle that me and George have every day about buying stuff. I mean, I honestly walked in the door with the Hulkbuster, and my wife was like, "Your ass is on the couch." She's like, don't even talk to me. Don't even look to me. She's like, if you want something to keep you warm, she's like, you lay on that couch and that Hulkbuster can keep you company. So
Luke Roberts is asking, DT, why do you always review on Evantube HD, not your channel CT's Geek Show? You have several different channels, actually.
Yeah, well, I sort of started this new channel just in case Evan decided he wanted to take over his channel and do something else with it. I was just kind of filling up some space while Evan was, focusing on the gaming stuff. And this year, with all that COPPA stuff that was going on at the end of last year, beginning of this year, we had to kind of do a 180 from what we had been known to do. So one way was for me to appear more on there, talking about stuff that's more, adult oriented.
So actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I wasn't sure, but that was one of the questions I wanted to ask you. How did that whole thing affect your channel?
Yeah, I mean it affected a lot of our old library pretty severely just because it was kids content. We had always just made content that we wanted to do. So obviously if the kids wanted to do something, it would be kind of a kid's video, so to speak. So yeah, there was a lot of things like the comments being disabled. I guess the ad revenue getting hit pretty hard, but you know, I mean, that's the way it goes, I guess.
You know, I was just curious because it's like I know there's other kid-based channels out there. So I was kind of interested to see how they were affected by that whole thing, which in my opinion is garbage anyway. But
that as well. It's because like my daughter, she appears on the show at times. I've been limiting it because like same like you, I don't know if I want to put her out there, but she really likes, she's watched your channel and she watched other channels, but she really is into it, and she wants to do toy unboxings. So yeah, so I was curious how did you get started with that, and what would you suggest for me to do with her? Like, should I put her like on YouTube Kids and maybe throw it on there? Or?
Yeah, well, as far as I know, YouTube Kids kind of just figures out what they want from YouTube and then kind of brings it over there. I'm not sure if there's actually a way to put it just on YouTube Kids. Okay. I think by marking your videos made for kids, YouTube, it kind of goes into a pool, and then YouTube picks from there what they want to put on their YouTube Kids app. I'm not too familiar with it, but yeah, I mean, when we started, things were a lot different than they are now.
Yeah,
almost like no kids on YouTube. That's sort of why I think our channel kind of took off. Was we kind of were the first kids hosting their own YouTube channel, and it was kind of the only thing for kids to watch at the time. So these days, the market's a little bit more saturated. There's a lot more kid content producers. So
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we got
for us, it was fortunate that Evan, he's now almost 15. So when all this COPPA stuff rolled around, he was already kind of wanting to do older things anyway. So
he's almost ready to drive.
I have a question for someone that just became a father, and my son is 5 months old. What do I have to do not to get him into this so I can keep my collection?
You just have to hide that device, I think. Once they get a hold of a device, it's all over.
So Chara Reynolds wants to know: have you met any of the Marvel cast?
The Marvel cast?
Like any of the Marvel like any of the actors from the movies?
Not from like the main MCU stuff. Not that I remember anyway.
All right.
We've been to like the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards and stuff, and seen celebrities there.
Cool.
Things.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You've been to I know George and I, we've gone on a couple of years to San Diego Comic-Con. Were you at the last few cons?
No, I've never been to a big con before.
Wow.
As a kid, I used to go to, the local stuff, and mainly to buy comic books. And maybe I think I got a few things signed back then. But it was like, once I started doing all this comic book related stuff, I was like, okay, this is going to be the year that I get to do these conventions, and cover them and stuff like that. And then all this COVID stuff happened and canceled everything. So it's just going to have to wait.
Yeah. Well, as a comic book collector, I will say those smaller cons are like gold mines because there's less people and you can find things, and you also find like, dealers that are willing to work more with you. With those bigger cons, a lot of those, booths have like established names, so to speak. So I'm personally, I like going to those small cons, but those big cons are a ton of fun as well to meet up with everyone. So
I've seen a lot of the CGC and a lot of the comics that you have, because I watch your YouTube channel probably as much as my grandson does. And so as far as the books that you have, is there anything out there that you're chasing from a comic standpoint that you are trying to get that you don't have right now?
I don't have many Golden Age books. I've been mainly sticking with the Silver Age stuff and just kind of focusing on that. I just got that Flash in there. I know you guys are gonna be doing a live unboxing. Is that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Daniel Bell one.
Yeah. So, I was looking for that Showcase 4. That's probably one that's eluded me for a while now. But yeah, I think I want to pick that up at some point if I can find a good price.
Kabuki's World is asking if you get into Star Wars at all. He's wanting to know if you like Star Wars sideshow collectibles.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Star Wars fan. I'm trying to stay away from the statues. I was trying to stick with Marvel when I first started collecting, trying to just stick with Marvel, and then this whole XM Transformer thing happened. Then I saw some Masters of the Universe stuff, and and then finally, the audience was like, "When are you going to do some DC stuff?" So then now I'm hooked on the Batman. So I think Star Wars is like the last thing I'm trying to avoid. But I already picked up, I think, a Mando statue. So
yeah, George got that. George got that Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, I just picked up the Jabba recently.
What side is that?
Yeah, the sideshow one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, I'm kind of with you, DT, when it comes to that. I mainly just focus on like the Marvel stuff. I'm a huge Captain America guy. So the thing is that, don't get me wrong, I love Star Wars just as much as the next person, but there's so many collectibles of Star Wars that you just really wouldn't. You would need a plethora of money in order to keep up with all those collectibles.
I feel the same way about Marvel and DC, though. Actually, Marvel in particular. Think about how many different X-Men characters there are.
Meh.
Yeah.
There's so many X-Men characters, though. I just stay in my lane, comic books. That's what I do.
Of all the statues you've gotten recently, which is your favorite one, DT?
What was that?
Of all the statues you've received recently, which one's your favorite so far?
I think XM Hulkbuster, probably top of my list at the moment.
Wow. Yeah. My grandson, I think he's watched your Superman Jim Lee one, that unboxing about 1 million times so far. What did you think about that? What did you think about that one?
Oh, that's my wife's favorite piece. Yeah, she loves that sculpted cape. So
yeah. See, I'm completely infatuated with that Ghost Rider behind you. I mean, that thing is just beautiful.
DT, so you don't have any Golden Age comic books in?
I have the Captain America comics, #1. That's the only one. Yeah,
I'm so jealous right now that you just said that.
I think it's a 225 or something like that, but that's as high as I want to go with that one.
Oh, I'm sure anything after that gets cool. Well, what is it? They have in our local comic shop by me, George, and Chad. We've got Tate's, and it's a big local comic shop, and they actually have Amazing Fantasy #1 in their case. And it's like I think it's like a 2.5 last time I saw it, and they want like $4,500 for it. And I'm like, but the top corner is like torn off of the cover, and I'm like, come on, I'm like, who would do such a thing, But $4,500 is a lot to spend on a comic. That's just my opinion. Now, I know I'm not one to judge. I just dropped $1,100 on a Hulkbuster. I'm just saying, but yeah, $4,500 for something that it's just a little hard one to swallow.
Oh, I hear. Do they sell that Daredevil there? I have to know, by the way. They have a Daredevil one there in a while.
I haven't seen the Daredevil one, but yeah, that Amazing Fantasy one. Every time I look at it, I'm like,
Yeah, I own one Golden Age comic book. And it's a Batman Golden Age comic book, but mostly like Silver Age, bronze, copper, stuff like that. Tried modern is what I'm really into. So I hear you there.
DT, one question for me personally. Back in February, it was very helpful because I'd gone to the doctor and had found out some things that I had to change some things about my lifestyle and things like that. And your video came up. The one with you and your wife, the one that you did when you were getting back into the bodybuilding thing. Remember that?
Yeah.
Video? Well, anyway, that video came up, man, and that was like really, really inspiring. Kind of got me back on track and things like that. Are you still into the bodybuilding thing? Are you still working out, that type of stuff?
Yeah, well, the whole thing was 2020 was the year that I was gonna get back into competitive bodybuilding. You know,
Oh, no way.
I was gonna be doing some masters competitions.
Right.
That's like a 40 and up type thing.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna do it. And around December, I started dieting, and I was hitting the gym probably 6 or 7 times a week. And I was about 3 weeks out from my first show, which was supposed to be in Hawaii. And then this whole Corona thing happened, and they shut down the gym. And I was like, okay, well, you know, I'll just work out at home for these 3 weeks. I don't have to lift super heavy. I'll still be on my diet, and then we'll go and do this show. But I think it hit Hawaii as well. And then they limited, you know, big events to 50 and under or something like that, anything over 50 people, and they're shutting it down. So they canceled that show, and eventually they canceled pretty much everything else up until October, I think. So at that point I was like, well, I'm not going to kill myself and eat healthy for, you know, the year and not be able to compete at all. So yeah, I just took a break, and I'll pick it up once this whole thing clears up. But yeah, right now I was supposed to actually do a show tomorrow. That was originally my main show that I was going to hit.
Right.
But now it's just cups of ice cream at night. You know.
That episode, man, it was pretty inspiring, man. I'm telling you, because I went to the doctor, man. The numbers weren't good, and said, "Hey, Calvin, you got to do some changes. You know, you're in your 50s now." And I just by accident I came across your video, man. It was like, seriously inspiring, and so that kind of helped me make a few changes in my lifestyle, man. So I appreciate that.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, that was a good eye opener for us as well. You know, a lot of times you just see what's on the outside and how a person looks, but those tests really kind of got under your skin and told you exactly how much body fat you had and how your endurance was and how your cardiovascular system was working. So it was kind of an eye opener to me where you rank on those charts and what you need to improve and what you need to, you know, cut back on. But
yeah, any more videos like that you're going to be doing? Any more health videos?
Hopefully once we get back into it, you know, right now I'm just kind of working out of my bedroom. I've got like a set of dumbbells, but yeah, I'd love to get back into the gym, but you know, not until it's safe. So
you're right, exactly.
I gotta say, I'm the total polar opposite. I love food. I'm sorry. I love food. Food loves me. It's just there's a connection there that I just can't escape. You know, there's something about a Philly cheesesteak sandwich just loaded with the works that just does something to me on the inside.
I mean, you can eat anything you want. It's just all about the work you put.
I do eat whatever I want. I mean, George sees me. I shovel it down by the handful. That's just who I am. Listen. I've said this 1,000 times, and I will continue to say this. I'm sad because I eat. I eat because I'm sad. Okay, that's just the way I roll.
Oh my God.
Well, Calvin, I'm just gonna say I didn't know that you were over 50, man. You had me fooled, bro. I thought you were 21 today.
52, man. Today, big 5'2".
Man, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hey, you know what? You know what's on this weekend, right, Calvin? In honor of your birthday.
I even want to talk to you because I know it's going to be something. What's on?
Shark Week's on this week.
So DT, knowing that you love working out now, that's something new to me. What are some of your favorite music to listen to as you work out? What pumps you up to give you that drive to go in and get a nice, good workout in?
You know, I used to listen to a lot of Aerosmith when I worked out, but it seems like recently I've been listening to just like a morning show where they talk a lot.
Yeah.
And
I find myself doing that a lot too. You feel like time goes quicker when you're listening to people talk instead of a song. Like when I work out, I have like, oh, if that song's over, all right, I'm like 3 minutes in. Damn, okay, I got like another half hour to go, you know? So yeah. I find myself listening to podcasts more now, and I get more in tune to my workout.
There's only one music to listen to when you work out, and that's Metallica. That gets me so jacked up, and I'm like, come on. I'm just lifting and going hard as I can. You know, that's when I go to the gym, which was probably like 10 years ago.
Oh my God.
Don't get me started, Seth.
BT, are you the only collector in the family? Does Evan collect? Does your wife collect? I mean, it doesn't have to be like what comic books, but anything.
I think Evan was collecting Funko Pops for a while. I think he was digging that. Other than like toys and things like that. Now his main focus is that computer in his room.
Gaming, yeah.
Yeah. So I've been trying to get the kids, at least familiar with the collecting, at least the comic books that I have. That way, they're going to go to them eventually.
Right.
Keep them away from the pops.
Yeah.
Keep them away from the pops.
I think when it comes to this guy, man, it's the Legos, man. My grandson is like obsessed with Legos. Everything Legos from Evantube he watches, man, from years ago. He's watching. Oh, I want that. I'm like, you can't even buy that for like a reasonable price anymore. That's not an option.
Yeah, those Legos are expensive. It's sort of like statue collecting. You eventually run out of space, and you don't know where to put these builds that you do, right?
Right.
So
I finished the Falcon about a year ago, and I've now got it on an angle on here, and every time I walk in here, it's like a little bit scared just walking past it.
It's like if you just look at it the wrong way, it's gonna fall.
It's gonna come crashing down. Right? Crazy. You can see like a part of it in the back of the camera.
We moved a few years ago and had to figure out how to get all those Lego pieces to our house, and a lot of them are still in the box in the garage.
So somebody actually just sent me a video yesterday. I should have sent it to you, George, so you could have showed it now. Someone sent me a video of Lego actually building a life-size Captain America from Civil War. And it took a total, I think they said, of like 277 hours to build this thing. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning. And of course, I'm showing it to my wife, and she's like, "Don't get any ideas." I'm like, "Listen, I'm still trying to get back in your good graces after the Hulkbuster. I think I'm gonna, just kind of breathe a little bit."
This is a good question. Sorry, from the chat.
Luke Roberts.
Yeah,
I figured that's what you were asking.
Yeah, man. If you could only choose one comic book, like your holy grail, what would that be, DT? Sorry, George, I beat you to it. I saw it. I was like, what? I'm hopping on.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm monitoring the channel. It's a little difficult today.
Probably the Amazing Fantasy 15. I think it's a 4.0 or something. It's signed by Stan Lee.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Family got it for me for Christmas, I think.
You actually have that. You own it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's incredible. So so he owns his holy grail. Is there one outside of that maybe that you probably are, now that you have that one, is there another one that you would like to obtain to that level? Or
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I could have any comic, probably the Batman one or Superman one or one of their
holy cow, like
detective.
Yeah, you got a good grade of the Hulk 181 too. I saw your Hulk versus Wolverine review.
Yeah, you talking about the CGC that they showed when he did the unboxing?
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, I'm jealous. Why?
What grade is it? Can I ask?
The
181.
I have 2 8.5s and a 9.6.
God damn!
I mean, I have a 180 at an 8.0, and I was happy to get that. But one day I'll get that.
The story about that comic was back in the day. I was gonna spend my first $100 on one book. It was between the Amazing Spider-Man 129, the Punisher and the Wolverine first appearance, and I opted for the Punisher one. So I spent all my life savings on that one, and then passed up that Hulk 181. So eventually, a few years later, I was able to get one. But
that 129 is still a great book.
Yeah,
it's a hot book, and that only has room to grow, my friend. Only has room to grow.
So we got Toy Universe in the chat. They want to know, DT, if you collect any WWE stuff.
I had a bunch of stuff when I was a kid, but that all got thrown out by my parents when I moved out.
Oh, Jesus. Listen, I've heard so many stories about parents throwing out like toys and things like that. Like my dad still hates my grandmother to this very day, God rest her soul, that he had all these vintage baseball cards, and I'm talking like Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris and all these cards, and she just threw them out. Those things could be worth millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And she just threw them out.
Well, you know what I'm surprised when I see are these graded video games.
Oh,
Yeah.
Games, and they're just like, I guess they're graded now and encased and all that. But I was like, dude, I have that. I had all that stuff.
I should send it off.
Yeah, I threw away the packaging and
I heard the niche thing now is those Disney VHS cassette tapes, and my mom has never thrown any of those away, so I still have a whole stack of those. But supposedly those original ones sell for some money.
Yeah, those original VHS Disney tapes are really expensive.
Yeah.
I'll have to see if I can dig some up.
Yeah, I'm sure you have them. I'm sure.
Pop wants to know, DT, if you were to star in a movie as a superhero, which would it be?
I don't know. I mean, I always liked Superman. I thought he had the best powers.
I was gonna say that's on the Superman review too. You seem like a big fan of that one.
Wanda trolls in the chat saying, "At Seth, we demand hot toys." I can't do anything right now, guys. I can't do anything right now. You want the hot toys yell? I can give you the hot toys yell. That's about it. Hot toys, hot toys. That's it. That's the best I can do right now. I'm sorry.
Any advice on buying new statues from Luke Roberts? I think that one can go to pretty much every one of us that collect statues, but they're asking you, DT. So,
advice on buying new ones?
Yeah,
I guess just get what you really love. I mean,
thank you.
Yeah,
yes,
because they're super expensive.
They are super expensive, so you're going to be spending your money. You want to make sure it counts. All those dollars.
Like what you like, not the hype.
Yeah.
Jay Thornton wants to know if you're reading any current comic series, and what modern books are you a fan of?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
everybody's interested in you, buddy. You know,
these guys care nothing about us, DT. Just know that we're just background noise.
We're second fiddle tonight.
I haven't been reading too much current stuff, actually. I have a subscription to Marvel Unlimited and I guess Comixology.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever they put on there, when I have time, which usually I don't, I try and get on there and read something. But it's usually background to these pieces that I get in. Yeah.
Well, if you ever need any suggestions, DT, hit me up. I got you.
Okay. The thing I find hard about the newer stuff is I don't really know like the order of things. Like sometimes they'll come out with a new title and they'll go back to one, or I have
Well, both Marvel and DC are kind of to blame for that. So they always either want to go with the legacy numbers, and then what happens is every time a new number one comes out, typically there's hype around it, so people hit the stores for it. So they'll try to rehash things, put number ones back out, and then they'll legacy numbers. My suggestion is, like, when you're trying to get into the comic books and trying to figure out where you're at, you just want to figure out what part of the story, because they're all like in like arcs, so to speak. So I would just say pick up when an arc ends and a new arc starts, even if it's in the middle of the series, because you could always go back and find the older issues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
it's gotten to the point now where I just kind of wait till things come out in trade paperback and just read storylines.
And that's because I mean, as a weekly reader, sometimes you're like, man, I can't wait for a week. But what's nice when you get those trades, or even like reading on Comixology like you do, you get nice chunk of story and just have to wait for the other ones to come out.
Right.
But yeah, I just honestly, their best bet is just go into the shop and ask the guys, hey, where's a good starting point in this series right now where I could pick up and like be caught up on. So it's a little confusing.
So this is a question that I've been this is the main question I've been wanting to ask all night to DT. So it's a two-parter, so bear with me. As a content creator, what is your favorite part of the process, and what's your least favorite part of the process?
I think it varies from video to video, and I guess what I have coming down the pipeline. Sometimes I can get the editing can get a little overwhelming if I have a lot of stuff that I need to finish, within a certain time period. But all the aspects are enjoyable at some point. it really just depends on timing, I think.
Yeah.
So I know I run into this when I'm editing my own videos. I always think like adding like little extra jokes and little puns and like little extra details, like set that stuff off, and it makes the video stand out. Yeah, obviously it then prolongs the editing process. So while you're sitting there and editing, do you ever think, like, editing your video, while you're editing it, do you ever like, damn, I wish I could have done that differently, or, well, now it's too late and I just kind of have to go with it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a real perfectionist when it comes to editing, and that can kind of hurt you in the long run because it slows you down a great deal. But yeah, I'll go over a video, several times after I think I'm done, and find something that I need to fix, and my OCD will make me fix it. It won't let me upload that video without getting whatever thought I had into that video. So it doesn't. Yeah,
that's like a love-hate relationship with the whole process.
Yeah, sometimes
it is. I mean, sometimes that edit, it's like, honestly, it's like, how often do you, like, I don't know, like, do you have a set schedule for yourself for like what days you're going to put out content?
No, I kind of have a mental plan, but I don't say to my viewers that, okay, I'm going to have something out on Monday and then another type of video out on Wednesday. It's just kind of whatever comes out. Yeah. I mean, I have 6 channels I kind of look after. Luckily, Jesus. Evan kind of deals with his own channel now, and he can edit and create his own content too.
Oh, that's good.
So it's a little bit off of my back, but there's still a lot to think about. So as soon as I'm done with one channel, I usually jump on and start making a video for the next channel.
That's cool. That's cool, man. That's really cool that you have that flexibility and that time. And it's also even great now that Evan's even assisting too. I'm sure it takes a total load off you.
Did I hear that right? 6 channels?
I know.
Yeah,
I can barely do my own channel in this channel. Like,
I saw a video when DT said that. He goes, like, he was introducing the new stuff that he's doing. He's got 5 channels. I'm like, what the hell?
Bro, I can barely even do my own channel in this channel.
I know. I think he's got his own multiverse to be able to do this.
It definitely seems that way. Yeah, there must be another dark DT somewhere. That's
exactly right, man. A whole other multiverse.
Yeah. 005 or something, right?
Exactly.
So is YouTube your sole full-time job?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before YouTube, I was doing video production. So it just made sense that if I could work for myself and do whatever I want with the video, it makes a lot better than working for somebody else and having to deal with their demand.
Preach. Yeah. Listen, if I could do YouTube full time, it would make me nothing filled with joy, because I hate having to work for people, especially when they don't. Not to say that I'm always right, but when they don't listen to your ideas and you get frustrated, and and then you got to deal with all the other egos and everybody else at work. It becomes too much. But yeah, I wish I hit that point where me and George can do this as a full, because me and George share the channel, where we can do this as a full-time thing. We would just absolutely love that. I mean, that is obviously the ultimate goal for us, to be able to do what you do, where it's doing it full-time.
Well, that's a big plus that both of you guys are working on it, because consistency and regular uploads are a big thing. I think the YouTube algorithm really likes that when the channel's able to pump out videos on a consistent manner. For me, that's for the same reason with the long editing process, it's hard for me to do. It's usually like a video a week on each of the channels, if that. So
that's
what you try to do. Try to get a video a week on each of the channels up.
No, I mean, not on all 6. I try and focus on maybe 2 or 3 of them. Yeah.
So maybe an inside scoop. So what's coming down the pike with DT? What are some of the exciting things that you're working on that maybe you can give us a little hint about?
I've been keeping busy with all this statue stuff. Not much else that's been going on lately, just because we've been stuck at home for, and nothing's really open to do many activities outside the house. So I've been busy, unboxing things. I have a bunch that I've already shot that I haven't edited yet. But yeah, for a while, you know, when nothing was shipping, I was buying, and then when things started shipping, they just kept coming, and I was like, oh, what did I get myself into?
I know.
The great part about statue collecting.
I know, right? I know one of the things that I'm most excited to see is that freaking room tour. I can't wait to see an epic room tour.
Oh, we're trying to get it together. You know, IKEA was closed for a while too, so
yeah.
I've been trying to, you know, get some plans together on building something myself. You know, George, I wish you lived closer. I would hire you and your carpentry skills to come up there and help me out. That background looks
I would gladly do that, man.
Just a plane ride away, right?
Oh yeah, I would jump on a plane. Just fly me out there, man. I'll go out there and do it for you.
But yeah, some of these things need custom shelving because the stuff that you get either from IKEA or just from Walmart or whatever, it's not deep enough or it's not sturdy enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to make something that fits, I guess.
So one of the personal question, another personal question that I wanted to ask: what kind of camera do you use for your vlogging?
For the vlogging,
Yeah,
this camera right here. This is one that's falling apart, but these are just like the Sony Handycam.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah. 4K. This one's the AX53.
Yeah, that's what I'm actually streaming with right now.
Yeah, it gets the job done. It's a great camera. Can run it in auto pretty much all the time. That way I can hand it off to the kids or the wife. And,
There's no stabilization issues with it.
It has that camera has a built-in gimbal.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Nice.
so the lens actually kind of floats there. So if you move the camera around, you can actually see the lens moving.
Oh, no way. That's awesome.
independently.
Yeah, I've seen Calvin with that at the cons.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, when I first started doing, I was using my phone, and then obviously I have a really bad case of the shakes. So I upgraded, thanks to Calvin's suggestion. I use a DJI Osmo Pocket for all my hunting and vlogging videos. I actually use that. That's almost my everyday camera for even when I'm shooting stuff in my house. I mean, it's an awesome little camera.
I've used that too. I've run into some problems with the audio. I don't know if I'm blocking the mic or something.
So there's two mics on it. There's one by the button, and then there's one on the bottom. So if the way you hold it, like you might be covering up the bottom mic. I had that issue too when like I first started using it, but then obviously I learned how to hold it so it wasn't covering up any of the mic stuff. And then after that, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, it's a cool little camera. It's very stealthy. You can just hold it and no one even knows you have a camera.
Well, like that's why it's perfect for me, because sometimes a lot of these stores I go into that I'm filming like what the store has as far as collectibles and stuff like that. I always ask before I start filming. But usually sometimes like, you know, you can just tell this person has like a scowl on their face and they just look angry and you just don't want to deal with them. So I just kind of like bypass it and I just kind of like walk around and film anyway. And the camera's so discreet that like I never get, you know, nobody ever says anything to me.
Yeah.
I'm breaking the law. That's right. That's right, Dottie. I'm a rebel.
All right, Judas Priest.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
All right. So I got this book in today. We play DT. If you've watched, not this last episode, but the episode before, I started to introduce a trivia game onto the show. Last time we had Craig on the show, we did video games, and that was really, really bad.
You think?
So I got a Marvel book this time. So I'm gonna just pick 5 random questions and, you know, see who gets the answers right. That's what the whole game is about. All right, here we go. So
Last time, I bet.
all right. Which alias has not been used by Kitty Pryde? Is it A, Ariel, B, Cat's Eye, C, Sprite, or D, Shadowcat?
Caca! That's me buzzing in. Whatever B was.
Just wait for
Right.
the chat. Just
I'm
wait
going
for
to say
the chat.
C.
You're gonna say C. Seth says B.
Yeah.
Okay. DT, you got an answer?
What was the?
It's A, Ariel, B, Cat's Eye, C, Sprite, D, Shadow Cat.
I'll say
Aliases
B.
that have not been used by Kitty Pryde.
Chat's blowing up with the answer already.
All right, no answers?
Yeah, I'll say B.
You're gonna say B? Calvin?
B. I don't. Sure.
Hey man,
B.
you gotta get involved in this. You were complaining about the video games. So we said
That's
you
trivial.
wanted Marvel. That's what you said, bro. So
Whatever. B. I'm going with B, man. B, of course. B. Absolutely. B.
all right, answer is B. You're right. Cat's
Yeah.
Eye.
See, I knew. Wait, what was B again? What was
Yeah,
B?
Dinosaur Comics, you got it wrong, bro.
What was B again?
B was Cat's Eye. This guy.
That's what I don't know shit about comics. Caca, and I got it right. Come on.
All right, second question. Here we go. During Secret Wars 2015, what was the name of Peter and Mary Jane's daughter? Is it A, May, B, Annie Mae, C, Gwen, or D, Polly?
I'm gonna say Gwen.
You're going to say Gwen? Okay.
I'm gonna go with Gwen.
You're going with B? All right.
I'm gonna go with D.
D, Polly?
Yep.
All right.
Fine, I'll do A.
You're going to do A? We're going to choose something different. Connoisseur Comics is redeeming himself. He got the answer right.
I read that. Of
What
course.
was it? Fanny Mac?
I keep waiting for Chad to answer so that I can just say whatever Chad says.
I got the first one wrong. Yo. I'm
You
not,
got the
I mean,
first
I'm not
one
big
wrong,
on Kitty Pride, so it's. I'll admit that I'm not a big. I mean, I have a first appearance, but I'm just not a huge Kitty Pride fan. But she has a huge following as a fan base.
That's funny, man.
King Benny, I wish I could read your comment right now, but I'm trying to do my best to keep it clean, bro.
All right. To whom was Charles Xavier once engaged? Is it A, Gabriel Haller, B, Emma Frost, C, Raven Darkholm, or D, Moira McTaggart?
Oh, it's D. Come on, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Oh, should I buzz? I need to buzz in first. Caca! It's D.
Yeah, you're right. The answer is D. That's how I love this game, man. I can see it.
What'd you say?
You love this game. Have excitement over there.
Absolutely.
Listen, I'm beating.
I'm out of freaking-
Listen, I feel
Hey,
good
look.
that I'm beating the
The glass is
connoisseur
empty
comics.
right now.
All right. Let's make this one the last question. Which member of the X-Men was turned into a vampire by Zarus? I think is how you pronounce that name. Xarus. I'm not certain. Is it A, Nightcrawler, B, Magic, C, Jubilee, or D, Meryl?
Let's go with Nightcrawler.
I'm gonna go with you can do magic.
Okay.
Magic.
I'm gonna go Jubilee.
Connoisseur Comics, man. Jubilee.
Oh.
How do you spell redemption? YouTube is 90.
This man knows his stuff, bro. All right. I'm gonna keep putting out. I'm gonna get another game next time. All right, Calvin. Eventually, I'm gonna get you involved in this, bro. You just
That's
All
funny.
right, last thing we do on the show is a thing we call display or nay. So what display or nay is we're going to show you some images of pieces that are just been shown this week, and you guys say if you would display or nay it. That's basically what we do. Got to apologize already at the beginning of this one because there really wasn't that much that came out this week, unfortunately.
It's time for display or nay.
It's kind of bad for since this whole.
Well, San Diego's right around the corner, so they're getting ready to do all their releases.
Yeah, you'd think they would start showing some of the releases.
You know.
All right.
Shout out to Jem in the chat too for popping in.
What's up, Jim?
What's up, Jem?
Hey.
Share screen. Share that one. All right. I'm gonna make it bigger too this time because last time the older people in the chat could not see it.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Of course, now my computer's acting up. Come on, man.
And again, it would not be a typical show if there was not some kind of technical difficulty.
All right. I guess we'll start backwards
You
this
don't
time.
even have to ask me, George. You already know my answer on this one.
Can you guys see that okay?
Oh yeah.
All right.
That
This is a Star Wars Black Series
Wow.
figure that just dropped today.
Display.
Super Commando.
Okay.
I like the figure. Don't get me wrong. I love the figure, but again, it's Star Wars, and that is a hole I am not willing to dive down. So I will say nay.
All right. I displayed. I bought it. All right, DT, you gonna weigh in on it? You like it?
Yeah. What's the story behind this one?
So these are the Super Commandos. These were Darth Maul's when the Mandalorians. There was like the vision of them that followed Darth Maul after the death of the Queen or the Regent of Mandalore, and then the Super Commandos followed Darth Maul, and that's why they got the horns on the helmet.
And they kind of just become
the red color and everything.
Become his army, so to speak. So
yeah. There's like lead guy would be Gar Saxon, and then Gar Saxon later on in the Rebels TV show gets the dark saber, and that's he fights Sabine Wren, and Sabine Wren wins at that point. But that's basically it.
And the dark saber being the first type of lightsaber that was in the universe.
Well, yeah, it's the first lightsaber created by a Mandalorian. Only lightsaber created by a Mandalorian. It's funny that it doesn't really look like a lightsaber.
Nothing like it.
All right.
Oh, looks pretty cool.
All right. This one is the Gotham by Gaslight. It's a Prime 1 Studios piece, 1/5 scale, I believe. I like it. I would display it.
Nay. I'm so sick of Batman already. Jesus.
Yeah,
like
Batman's getting me into trouble.
No, it's not even that. It's just that every other statue that comes out, it's either Batman or it's Iron Man or it's Hulk. Come out with some other stuff. Just come out with some other stuff. Just saying.
All right. Here we go. Next one. Tom and Jerry. Totally.
This is cool.
Yeah, I would go display. I would go
display
on that just for the nostalgia of it.
Okay.
So I got my grandson watching this. Do you like this? You like that one?
Pretty much, but not with that. Pretty much.
So this is a 1/3 scale?
No, this is a 1/10 scale.
A 1/10.
Oh, I was gonna say 1/3. Holy crap!
It's gonna be
That'd be a big
Well,
Tom and Jerry.
I guess a mouse would be pretty small, right?
It does say no. You're right. It does say prime scale. This is 1/3. He's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But a 1/3 of a mouse and a cat. So
Yeah. True. Yeah.
but it looks pretty cool.
I mean, it depends. I guess. Are we talking about like the characters you see at Disney World and everything? Because if it's 1/3 of that, then it's like a human size at that point. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool, but 1/3. Holy crap!
Displayed across the board, it sounds like.
I think it's massive if it's 1/3.
This one, I don't know the character. Prime 1 Studios. It seemed like some people were really hyped about it.
This
I'm not
game-
really familiar with it.
Isn't the game came out today? I think the
Is that
game
what this
dropped.
is?
Yeah, the game dropped. If I'm not
Oh, it's a video game.
Yeah.
Wanda Troll was playing it. She thinks she typed it in the chat.
I mean, it looks cool. I mean, I'm not a fan of the game, but just based off like the sculpt, and like the details in the piece, I'm gonna go display. Cool little samurai looking piece.
Yeah, that's a nay.
It's a name for you. I just want to play the video game now.
Nay.
I mean, I don't have any like connection to the game, but just I like the way it looks. I like there's a lot of detail in that for sure.
All right. Wanda says she's going to pass on it. Oh, boy. She's playing the game, though. All right. I had to put this in here because it made me kind of laugh when I saw it. But okay, so this is a tweeter head that's going to drop this week. That's a maquette of Batman. I think it's from The Dark Knight.
Did he get stabbed? Is he holding his side?
Right? Like the way he's standing there, it reminds me of Jim Carrey, you know, from
he's sitting there. He's like, somebody, my stomach hurts. Get me some Tums.
Well, no, like that movie. What is it? Where he goes to Africa?
Oh, Ace Ventura.
Yeah, Ace Ventura. Like when he gets the arrow stuck in his leg, and he's like,
oh, yeah, he's like, maybe he's holding his stomach. I gotta go to the bathroom really bad. Where's the bat toilet?
See, I don't know. To me, like, I don't know if you guys I listen to death metal bands and been to like a few hardcore shows. To me, he looks like a hardcore singer, like getting ready to like get into a breakdown.
That's also very true.
You know, like
I am Batman.
to me.
What do you think, DT?
How big is this one?
Maquette with them is going to be a 1/5, I think, or 1/6. I think 1/6 is this one. So it'll be about 12 inches tall.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't make it into my collection, but you know, I don't know.
Should have asked that, man. Are you a quarter scale collector, a third scale collector? What do you like? What do
I
you
would
prefer?
say mainly quarter. I have some third pieces. I don't think I'll go any bigger than that, but I think 1/6. I have some X-Men, but that's all I want to really get into with the 1/6.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the new Figurama piece that was revealed this week.
As Bleach, didn't Caleb Nefson do this?
Caleb Nefson did this, yes.
Is that two?
Oh, that's Calvin's favorite.
Oh, hush up, man. I
That's
can't
Calvin's
say anything
favorite.
right now.
What better way to make Calvin blush on his birthday than show him a Caleb Nefson piece?
Oh my god.
What do y'all think, man?
I think it's cool.
That's a nay. Actually, that's not a nay. That's just a meh. I'm on the fence. It's a meh.
Got LED lights up, just right up your alley, bro.
Yeah,
I was just gonna ask, it has LEDs in it.
That's why I'm giving it a meh. You know.
Okay. Yeah, this one's gonna feature LED lights. It's polystone, and it actually has some die-cast parts in there. So
I'm not really into this anime, but I think the sculpture looks really awesome.
true.
What is the guy on the right doing?
He looks like he's about to fling that sword at him, I think. Yeah, let me see if I can zoom in on it a little bit for y'all. Let's see.
Yeah, I was able to zoom in on my own. Yeah, he looks like he's getting ready to like just stab him.
Yeah.
Is that a
Swing
dragon?
down on him. He's doing a heart attack.
If that's what you would like to call it, sure.
It looks interesting. I don't know anything about that one though.
Yeah, that's the boat that I'm in. You know, like
It's a
I
good
want to be
show.
like I like Caleb Nefson's work, and so I want to be like, yeah, this is dope because I've seen a lot of his stuff. It looks great, but I don't know the anime that much yet. Everybody keeps telling me that I should be watching it though. So.
Yeah, it's a great anime. I want to display this. I think it's cool. I was able to zoom in on my own computer, so I can see it. A lot of detail in it, which is awesome. It looks. I'm not sure on the character on the far right, but I'm not sure what his legs are, but they look like if he's some sort of like bird demon thing. I don't know, but there's
It's got like wings and stuff.
yeah.
All right, I'll check that one out. All right, we got some art prints. Fantastic Four, Alex Ross.
Display all day. That's one of my all-time favorite artists for sure.
All right, guys.
I like it.
Yeah, I would say that's a safe. That's a
I
safe.
like it.
Pretty cool.
Not for me. I wouldn't display this, but
Even the grandson got in on it. He said display.
all right, DT, you're not gonna get in trouble for saying nay, bro.
Here on MCE, you don't get criticized for
Big
speaking
place, bro. We're over here with the trust tree and everything. You know?
the trust tree.
All right, I like this.
Oh, for sure.
Display.
I like this too. Display.
You collect art prints at all, DT?
Yeah, I have a few. Mainly X-Men.
I like the art print better than the statue.
Oh yeah,
I
me
have to
too.
agree there.
Me too.
That statue is lame.
I ain't say all that. I just said I like the art print better than the statue.
You know, Calvin. Just once, I would love for you just to say what's on your mind, dude. just once. Instead of just being that guy who just stays in the middle, just say it, man. Get it
And
off your chest.
This was a cover, by the way.
Oh,
Of a
yeah.
fantastic book.
I do have that statue.
Is that bad guy or good guy?
What y'all think about
Oh,
this?
I just
No,
thought
this
I
is
just
display.
Galactus is a total display. I just bought that Galactus Marvel Legend.
Yeah, that was a cover of a book.
Yeah.
That was an actual cover of a book. That was a display. Andy Gronoff did the cover. Same thing.
All right, that's all I
Display,
got.
bro.
One
It's
of
so
my
badass.
favorite statues is of Galactus. I have the maquette, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, this looks cool. I like the perspective on it.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's the Eater of Worlds.
Oh, bro, and oh man. Well,
Speaking
see,
of
you guys,
eating, I'm getting hungry.
If you guys read the new Thor run right now,
is it written by Donny Cates?
Yeah, your mind will be blown with what's happening with Galactus right now. I don't want to spoil nothing.
So that's basically Chad's Caleb Nefson and Donny Cates.
Right, exactly.
I love Al Ewing as well, you know.
Listen, I interviewed Donny Cates, and he was a cool guy. So
no, Cates is a cool guy, man. Super cool guy.
You got any favorite sculptors or favorite writers, favorite artists?
Sculptor, I'd have to go with Daniel Bell. I think probably my guy. And then as far as artists go, you know, I'm the guy from the 90s, so you know, Jim Lee.
McFarlane.
When it comes to comic book writers, do you have like a specific writer that you're fond of?
I don't have a specific writer. I mean, there's a lot out there, so that I like. But yeah, no one specific. I think if you write a good story, you know, I'm there.
Sweet.
Cool. I'm gonna ask this question just because Luke Roberts must have asked this thing like 6 times already. He wants to know something about a new logo. You got a new logo coming out or something?
For Evantube?
For Evantube?
Do I have one?
He says, DT, when is Evantube's new logo going to appear?
He's been on that question for a while now.
Well, I think it's that's the question because we've pretty much kept the same intro since the beginning. So that's we're going on year 9 of that same intro. I just, you know, keep it consistent.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Comes along.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I like
that.
I mean, I can't say anything because I just changed my logo and just updated my intro. So I was like, I want to give the kids what they want, something flashy.
I think if something good comes along, we'll change it. Otherwise, you know, it's the content that counts, right? Not the intro.
Absolutely, that's what I say. That's what I say.
It's all about the intro.
Until I get George to do a new intro for me.
Oh man, how do you like the Flash statue? By the way, I'm curious.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
As far as dynamic posed Flash, I think you know, it does the job. I used to be a runner in high school, so you know, it brings me back to those days of.
I like the motion, right? The way it's kind of like whipping like that.
Yeah, I think he did a good job with getting that really race feel to it. Whereas a lot of other Flashes, you know, he's running, but sort of not. You know.
Yeah, right. That's cool, man. I'm looking forward to seeing that one. Well, I'm not going to see it in person. We're going to have Junior Statue Collector, and we'll do a live unboxing.
Yeah, the only time I can ever recall running that fast is when dinner's on the table.
Oh my gosh!
I'm keeping it real. Keeping it real.
When keeping it real goes wrong. Remember that segment on Chappelle Show?
Keeping it real goes wrong.
That was my favorite.
I so wish that they would bring back the Chappelle Show, but I think because of today's times and how sensitive people are, it wouldn't last.
All right. The first episode was the white black supremacist. Think about that. That was the first episode.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, dude. Forget about it. It'd be canceled after the first show.
Easily. Real quick to address Jay Thornton in the chat. I am super excited about King in Black. I mentioned it last week here on the show that in December that will be dropping, and I cannot wait for Noel to finally make his way to the Marvel Universe.
True. All right. Well, it's about that time. I'm gonna go and eat dinner finally. So let's go around. Robin is about of anything that's coming out. What you got coming up this week? DT, since you're the guest, you can start it off. You got anything coming out new this week?
Just that Flash review. I think that's my main thing.
All right. Cool. Seth?
Tomorrow, people. Tomorrow, back by popular demand, is the Funko Casino.
The last episode, guys.
It's not the last episode.
Oh, okay.
Shut your mouth. So we are returning with the next episode of the Funko Casino. Guys, I tell you, this is probably the best episode of the Funko Casino ever, and this is one that you should not miss. That's all I'm going to say.
Special CGI by yours truly, or Hey Lucas.
I just gave you the tip. Take it as you really like it.
Oh my god!
But make sure you check out tomorrow's episode of the Funko Casino. I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
All right. Calvin, you got anything coming up, buddy?
No. I think this week we might hit 10,000 subscribers.
Oh, that's right.
I am the grandpa of the year because my grandson gets to say hi to this guy and his son. So this has been a great birthday week for me. So awesome.
You're like four subscribers away or 5 subscribers away, right?
It's like 20 from 10,000. But
you could just call it what it is. You could just call it what it is. You're already at 10,000.
Yeah. No, but the whole grandpa of the year is the biggest thing, man. He's like I'm a hero now. So yeah.
Chad, man, anything new coming out this week? Or are you still
other than diaper duty? I'm still on diaper duty, but you know, who knows? Something could drop. You never know. You just want to make sure you're sub, got that notification bell on, just in case something drops. And maybe because I just hyped up this whole Thor thing, maybe I should do a little review on that.
No, man. No. You need to drop a backwoods bass fishing video. You know, YouTube is fishing.
I can do well. I can send George my Thor video, and then we can make the fishing video on my channel. So
YouTube is bass.
What I've learned from DT, I need 6 channels. So 2 in and 4 to go.
That's awesome.
Well, thanks for having me on, guys. It was a pleasure being on with you, DT.
So it's always a pleasure having you, Chad, man. You're always welcome on the show. Same with you, DT. From me, guys, Sunday, we're going to have a live unboxing of the Street Fighter statues from Connecticut. So we're going to get a double unboxing, Ryu and Ken, to diorama. So that should be pretty dope. I'm actually looking forward to seeing that. And I'm thinking about like humming some Street Fighter music while I'm opening the boxes. I don't know. See what happens. And just letting you know it's going to be bad. I sing like horribly. So I definitely don't have Seth's voice.
Anyway. Hey, you're welcome by the way. I kept it clean for a full episode. You're welcome.
I know you did. So I think we're pushing it right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm like starting to get the shakes. It's like it's gonna come out.
Yeah, I think we're pushing it right now.
On Monday, we got a live unboxing of the Flash statue as well with Junior Statue Collector. It's been a while since he's been on the show, so definitely tune in for that. It's going to be fun to watch. So, again, guys, thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you, DT, for coming on the show. It was awesome talking to you, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you can subscribe to his channel. I left the link in the description below. It's Evantube HD. And you can reach Statue Fanatic down there. Chad with 90 Miles from Comics is down there as well. And, of course, our channel, you can subscribe there as well. Very easy.
By the way, just to let you know, we hit 17,000 subscribers, so we want to thank you guys. But now we start the road to redemption. We're on the road to 20K. We're on the road to 20K. Me and George are trying to put something special in the works for you guys for the 20K giveaway. So please start subscribing. Tell your friends to join. Tell your grandparents to join. I don't care. Just get whoever you want to join. Subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. 20K. We're going to do an epic giveaway, but we can't do it unless you get us there. If you just give, you got to get us there to 20K. So please, we're on the road. Do what you got to do.
He's funny.
I don't care. Make it happen.
There you go. And with that, keep it marvelous, guys.
Keep it marvelous. Bye.
Guys, YouTube is nice.
Good.
All right.